Upper St. Clair High School home of the Panthers for girls volleyball. It is opening night in Section 7 WPMI girls volleyball, and we're glad you've chosen to spend your scarce entertainment dollar with us tonight. Tonight, the Panthers of Upper St. Clair entertain the Colonials of Albert Gallatin High School. And for the Colonials, the starting lineup: a senior, number 6, playing the outside, Sam Matlick. Senior, number 15, the setter, Rachel Farrow. Senior, number 10, playing the outside, Claire Mahalo. Senior, number 11, playing the middle, Jen Trump. A junior, wearing number 1 tonight, the setter, Gabby Lipton. The libero, a junior, number 2, Sarah Farrow. And playing the middle, number 13, the sophomore, Marissa Wallace. The Colonials are coached by head coach Shanna Yorchik and assisted by Drew Denham. And for your homestanding Panthers of Upper St. Clair, the entire lineup for the Panthers. A freshman, number 11, Rachel Bast. Freshman, number 17, Kelsey Mahenko. A junior, number 22, Rachel Broadland. A junior, number 20, Lauren Williams. Sophomore, number 4, Krista Gailey. Senior, number 13, Julia Fitzpatrick. And injured, not starting tonight, number 21, Nina Camacho, senior. And the starting lineups for your Panthers tonight. Number 1, a junior, Susan McLean. Number 2, sophomore libero, Rachel Jones. Number 12, junior middle hitter, Casey Perryman. Number 14, junior, playing the right side, Catherine Davin. Number 15, junior outside hitter, Madison Stromberg. Number 16, senior, playing the right side, Alex Corey. And number 18, the senior middle hitter, Emily Muller. The Panthers are coached by head coach Yoko Nagao. She's assisted by Melissa Ferguson, Becky Myers, and volunteer assistant Rick Camacho. Your officials for tonight's contest. The up official closest to the grandstands is Bob Bannon. The down official closest to the scorer's bench is Dan Wolf.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Upper St. Clair High School. It is girls volleyball night, and this is the home opener. Well, it's the whole season opener, really, for the Panthers and the visiting Colonials from Albert Gallatin High School. It's our first chance to see the new varsity squad that Coach Yoko Nagao has put together. They played in 1 tournament so far. The records are everybody's in first place tonight. We'll go through the rules if you've forgotten from last season or need to have a quick refresher. This is a best-of-5 match. Each of the 5 games, if it should go that far, is played to 25. It's rally scoring. There's a score on every serve, no matter who serves it. It looks like the Panthers have opted for the opening serve. And we seem to be ready to go. Number 1, the junior Susan McLean, will be the first one to deliver a serve, and the 2008 season is hereby declared open. Offensive number 13 for Albert Gallatin. That's Marissa Wallace. She is a sophomore, and the Panthers draw first blood on what is basically it's a service ace. If you serve one and it doesn't come back, that's an ace in my book, and it's the first of the game, first of the season, first of the match. But the Panthers will set the starting lineups here as the first rotation goes along here. Susan is the setter. She'll get her name announced quite a bit tonight. She touches the ball basically on every offensive series for the Panthers. With a nice top side spin overhead serve, and that fooled number 1 for Albert Gallatin. Number 1 is Gabby Plichta, senior. And the match is evened up real early. This is game number 1, of course, of this best of 5 match. Number 15 for the Colonials, that's Rachel Farrow. She's a senior. She'll do the nice overhand top spin serve. On the left side, number 14 for the Panthers is Catherine Davin. She's a junior. Number 10 into the block. That seemed to be number 12. Casey Perryman probably gets credit for that. Block for a point first of the season for Casey Perryman. She is a junior, playing in the middle. And in the first rotation, the spring senior Alex Corey, number 16, playing the right side, way back behind the back line for the serve. It's a 2-1 Panther lead, game number 1. Nice little jump serve, comes down, would have come down in bounds anyway. There's another service ace off the hands of number 6 for the Colonials. That's Sam Maddox, she's a senior. Alex Corey with that little hop jump serve, and that's 2 aces out of 3 points so far for the Panthers. Panthers playing in a new section this year. We did not play Albert Gallatin last year. Service error for Alex Corey, sends the ball in the side out back over to the Colonials, where number 11, senior Jen Trump, middle player, will be doing the serving for the Colonials. Anyway, it's the first time we've seen the Colonials in a long time. They were not in our section last year. It's a brand new slate of teams the Panthers will be facing this year. You'll see them as the season goes along if you stay with Cable 7 broadcast. Just dunked over the net by number 13. That's Marissa Wallace for Albert Gallatin. Set goes right back to Marissa. She just lofts the ball over to the middle, and a strong hit by Casey Perryman. First kill, first one for Casey, first one for the team, and it's a 4-2 Panther lead. The serving rotation comes around, and sure enough, Casey gets the point on the kill, and she's right back to the back line with the serve. Little top spin number, easily handled by the Colonials, set to the right side, and comes right back left. Lofted over by Claire Mahaloff, sorry Claire. Mahaloff is number 10 for the Colonials. She just dumps it right over into the Emily Muller block this time. Emily Muller, tallest player on the squad by a long shot. Emily Muller with her first block for a point. It's a 5-2 Panther lead. Casey Perryman, the junior, continues with the serve. Little hesitation. She thought it might have gone long, but Jen Trump ended up knocking it back over. Panthers have it from the left side. From the back row, that's Alex Corey just keeping the ball in play. Down the right side, Jen Trump again, right off the hands of Emily Muller. Emily had the block, good eye on it, but it rattled off her right wrist and down. Point for Colonials on the side out. Now to the libero. Wearing number 2, that's Sarah Farrow. She is a junior for the Colonials. Jen Trump right into the net. No, that net is 7 feet 8 inches tall. That one came in at about 5 feet. Jen did not have enough to get that over, and it's a 6-3 Panther lead. Number 14 now for the serve. This is Catherine Davin, junior, playing the right side for the Panthers. That serve goes way long. Got to get Catherine out of the weight room, it would seem. Had a nice angle at it, but it went way long, and the Panthers with a 2-point lead at 6-4. Susan McLean on the set, came back behind her head, and that one hit the red and white antenna. That antenna is out of bounds. The ball touches that. It's out and goes to the other side, and that's exactly what's happened here. Number 1 is Gabby Plichta for the Colonials with the serve from the back row. Alex Corey toward the back line. That's kind of where you want to have him. It fools the defense. And another one from the back row. Gabby Plichta again. Now Emily Muller lands out. Well, sorry, the up judge overruled the line judge. It was actually called in on the line. And Emily Muller with her first kill of the night, first of the season. Serve comes back to the Panthers. Substitution now. Madison Stromberg, number 15, goes out. This is Lauren Williams, a junior, a defensive specialist with that serve. Nice little side serve. Nothing much on it for Albert Gallatin, but it finds the right spot right in the center of the donut there where nobody was standing. That was number 13, Marissa Wallace, the sophomore, scoring for the Colonials, and they've crept back now, trailing only by one, 7-6. Alex Corey sort of saw a soft spinning shot off her wrist, handled by the Colonials. Emily Muller, it's not how hard you hit him, it is where, and that one just rattled off the hands of number 6, Sam Matlick, senior for the Colonials, and that's Emily Muller's second kill of the night. Panther lead is back to 2. It's 8-6 Panthers. Rachel Jones with the serve. That comes up a little bit short, just under the tape. (8-7). We're still in game one. It's a best-of-5 match. This is game number 1. We're still fairly early in it. Panthers with an 8-7 lead. Nice dig off the floor by Julia Fitzpatrick, number 13, the senior on the floor. But that is a service ace for the Colonials to knot it up at 8-all. Lauren Williams to the front row. Yes, off a tip. That was Susan McLean. Off the finger of an Albert Gallatin player, and Susan McLean with her first kill tonight, a slicing attack that headed right to the Albert Gallatin bench. Serve to the Panthers, and we've completed the whole first rotation. And Susan McLean back behind the back line for the serve. Dug out of the net. That's an overpass from Sam Matlick of Albert Gallatin into the net. That's what's really tough to dig out. They nearly got it, but not successful. Susan McLean again. There's a nice ace in the back corner. Fooled Albert Gallatin. That's Susan McLean's second ace tonight already. And that Panther lead is back to 3. That matches their largest lead of the night at 11-8. Nice little hop serve right to the same back corner. Called out that time. Just missed by about a foot. Susan McLean almost had 2 aces back to back, but the side out sends the point, and service back to the Colonials. Rachel Jones on the left side and just dunked over the net. Well done by Catherine Davin. Colonials were expecting some power. They didn't get it, and it fell right in an empty spot on the right front side of the Colonials floor, and that lead is back to 3. Alex Corey, the senior, now with the St. Clair serve. And an unfortunate, looks like the setter from the back row, it didn't come into a good place where the setter was standing, and that fell flat right to the Colonials side of the floor. 13-9, 4-point Panther lead. Alex Corey once again with that serve, not using the jump serve this time. She went 1 for 2 the first time she had the chance, and it's off the block of Casey Perriman, number 12, the junior middle hitter for the Panthers, and a side out end point for Colonials. Jen Trump with the serve for Albert Gallatin. Casey Perryman with a big hit, but dug out of there by the Colonials. See if we got the same thing coming. Madison Stromberg that time, handled again by Albert Gallatin. Jen Trump just lofting it over, did not fool the Panthers. Right again, Madison again. Called out just beyond the back line. Madison had a pretty good look at it, but it sailed just long, and Jen Trump continues with the serve for the Colonials. Rachel Jones just punched over by Alex Corey. You still want to have it to the back row, so it has some trouble coming back forward. That 3 ball's what you want. Susan McLean back set. And over by, lift called. Catherine Davin had a pretty good shot at that. Albert Gallatin gamely keeping that ball in play, but it was dug out of there. Lift called, point to the Panthers. Lead back to 3, 14-11. Casey Perriman with the serve. And an ace. We'll take him. That rattled off the hands of back row player Marissa Wallace. Casey Perriman still with the serve. Casey again. Yeah, that's one of those. That's right where you want it. On the back corner, Jen Trump for Albert Gallatin really didn't know what to do with it. That's another service ace for Casey Perriman. And a 5-point Panther lead, their largest of the game so far. Good set and hailed way long by Claire Mahaloff, the senior. Goes way beyond the end line, and it's now a 6-point Panther lead. Panther looking in pretty good shape, and they'll take a quick timeout, or the Albert Gallatin will rather, to gather the troops here and make sure this one doesn't get too far away. That's Coach Shanna Yorchik for the Albert Gallatin Colonials, trying to get those troops organized. And so far, 5 total kills on the night for the Panthers out of the 17 points. 2 for Emily Muller. Catherine Davin has 1, Casey Perriman 1, and Susan McLean, the setter, has 1. 2 gorgeous blocks for points, 1 out of Casey Perriman, number 12, 1 out of Emily Muller, the senior, number 18. And oddly enough, that you usually don't see that at this level of competition, but 5 service aces so far for the Panthers. 2 from Susan McLean, 2 from Casey Perriman, and 1 from Alex Corey, number 16, the senior. Casey Perriman still with the serve, and the Panthers with their largest lead of the night at 6-17-11. Little long that time. You want to head it to the back row, but not 12 feet beyond the back row. I think pretty much if the basketball hoops had been up, that might have come pretty close to sitting in one. Sarah Farrow, the junior for Albert Gallatin, the libero with the serve. The libero wears a different colored jersey and can freely substitute. No special permission required. Alex Corey to the front line, Susan McLean. The back set, and Catherine Davin just getting the ball back over the net. Susan McLean again. This time it's Madison Stromberg. Dug nicely by the Colonials. Emily Muller finally puts it away in the back corner. But number 15, Rachel Farrow, really dug that one off. She just peeled it off the polyurethane to keep the ball in play for the Colonials. And Panthers with that 6-point lead back at 18-12. Catherine Davin, number 14, the junior, playing the right side. She's a right side hitter with the Panther serve. Top spin serve handled by the Colonials. But not much to work with there. That's an awkward set to Marissa Wallace, and the block by Emily Muller, her second of the night for a point. Now the Panthers in pretty good shape at 19-12, a 7-point lead. You want a nice cushion when you get to about 20. Remember, these games are 25 points. You have to win them by 2. Ace again. That one was just a dying shot. It came headed right for the floor as it came over the net. And Catherine Davin, with her first ace of the night, landed right at the feet of Jen Trump. She really didn't have much of a chance at it at all. 20-12, 8-point Panther lead. Catherine Davin still with that serve. The set, that's Marissa Wallace just getting it over, and on the 2-ball. Susan McLean, you expect from the setter to go one more and somebody to come at it with power. That time Susan McLean lofted the ball over right in the center of the Albert Gallatin defense, and that lead is now 9 for the Panthers. They put together a nice little string here, and there's one unexpected, a really nice dig by Sarah Farrow from Albert Gallatin. That surprised the Panthers. They did not expect that to come back. Substitution now on the floor. Julia Fitzpatrick, the senior, number 13 on the floor. Catherine Davin, the junior, number 14, takes a break. Yoko Nagao freely substituting tonight, as it's opening night. To be good to get as many people on the floor as you can. 21-13, 8-point Panther lead. Rachel Jones to Emily Muller off there. Susan McLean set. Susan McLean again, who that double hit called. Yep. You can usually tell by the spin of the ball if your two hands do not hit the ball at exactly the same time. It puts a spin on it. Sometimes the official can hear it. Sometimes he can see it. That time a double hit called a violation. Side out and point for Albert Gallatin. With power that time from Madison Stromberg. Putting that ball away off by the Albert Gallatin wrist. More substitutions. Madison Stromberg, number 15, on the bench now for the Panthers. Number 20, Lauren Williams, comes into play back row. She's a defensive specialist and a pretty good server. 22-14. What I just get through saying, Jen Trump trying to rescue that ball, but can it come back? And no, that's a service ace for Lauren Williams. Her first of the night, 7th for the team already. And it's only game number 1. Panthers sitting pretty now at 23-14, 2 points to go to put game number 1 in the books here. Lauren Williams with a side spin that time. Jen Trump keeps it in play, but it goes too close to the net. That overpass Yeah, results in basically the call is 4 hits, but it went way far into the net. That overpass never did have a chance. And now the Panthers with the game point in hand, more like 10 of them. Lauren Williams switches sides to make that serve. You can serve from anywhere behind the back line you want. Dug out by Lauren Williams. Beautifully done by Lauren. Keeping the ball in play. Susan McLean to the left side, and Alex Corey puts the ball away. Alex Corey, first kill of the night, and that's the first game of the night and season for the Upper St. Clair Panthers. They win game number 1, 25-14. There's still more to come. It's a best-of-5 match. Stay with us, everybody. My name is Kevin McGahey, and Enrico Camacho is doing the camera work. Stay with us for game number 2. All right. We are back. It's Kevin McGahey here with Enrico Camacho doing the camera work. This will be game number 2 of this best-of-5 match. You just saw the Panthers of Upper St. Clair open up the 2008 WPIAL season with a 25-14 victory over the visiting Colonials from Albert Gallatin High School. And Albert Gallatin will get the first serve as we get to game number 2 here. Meanwhile, Emily Muller, as expected, the tall senior, number 18, leads the team in kills with 3 and blocks with 2. This is Sam Matlick, the senior for Albert Gallatin, delivering the serve. Susan McLean with the set. Alex Corey, the senior hitter, number 16, with her second kill of the night. And the Panthers, as they did in game number 1, here in game number 2, draw first blood. And Susan McLean, the junior setter, number 1, heads back to deliver the first serve of game number 2. And that one goes long. Panthers had a little problem with that in the first game, too. Looks like Coach Nagao's got them in the weight room, bulking up a little bit. But what you really want to do is have that serve land on the back line. It fools the defense every time it's tried. Rachel Farrow, senior number 15, delivers a service ace off the hands of the back row for the Panthers. And the Colonials have their first lead of the match at 2-1. We're extremely early in game number 2 of this best-of-5 match. Panthers already 1 game in hand. Rachel Farrow again, handled nicely by Madison Stromberg that time. New player on the floor. I'll get to her in just a second, and that is a kill for number 22, Rachel Broadland. She's a junior, plays the middle, and she gets the opportunity starting here in game number 2. Alex Corey, senior number 16, with the serve, tied up at 2-all. That's a serve that probably also would have gone long, but chosen by Sam Matlick to return. And Gabby Plickta just hoisting the ball over for Albert Gallatin. Coming from the back row. That's Madison Stromberg, and lands in. Madison Stromberg, 2 kills on the night for her. Panthers get the lead back. The Colonials were only borrowing it, and Alex Corey, the senior, once again with a serve. Nice floater. Oh, and the setter double clutch. That was Gabby Plickta. It's like she drew a complete bead on it and blinked. It didn't come back. I call it a service ace for Alex Corey, her second of the night. Make that 3. Heads right over to the Colonials bench. Alex must have something on that ball. It might be one of those knuckle serves. It happens in volleyball. You hit it with no spin on it, and it acts just like a Phil Necro knuckleball and is very tough to return. That one backwards instead of forwards. You kind of like to see that. And a lift called on number 10, Claire Mahaloff, for Albert Gallatin. And that is 3 aces in a row for Alex Corey. Timeout called by the Colonials. This is a really nice start by St. Clair after letting the Albert Gallatin grab the quick lead in game number 2 here. The Panthers came storming back with 5 straight points. 3 of them aces by Alex Corey to grab that lead back at 6-2. Emily Muller still leading all killers, as it were, with 3 tonight. Alex Corey with 2, Madison Stromberg with 2, and the setter, Susan McLean, with 2. Almost everybody's gotten in the game so far for the Panthers. Krista Geely we haven't seen yet, and the 2 freshmen, Kelsey Mahenko and Rachel Hast. But chances are they might even get in before the end of tonight. We shall see. Alex Corey, the senior, once again with that serve. Sort of a side spin that time, fooled him again. That is 4 aces in a row for Alex Corey, and has the Colonials really flailing away. Whatever she's doing, she should continue it, because it is working. Backspin, make that 5 aces in a row. I can't remember having seen anything like it. This is my 5th year doing these broadcasts for Cable 7, and I don't think I've ever seen 5 aces in a row. A floater, finally returned by the Colonials. Still nothing on it, but that runs the string of 5 aces and just plain lofted over into the middle of the Albert Gallatin defense, and the string of points continues. Alex Corey still with a serve. That's now 8 points in a row, and it's a 9-2 Panther lead. That is playable off the net. One more ace for Alex Corey, making it 7 on the night. In the old days when I was playing volleyball, you could not play a tipped serve. It was a do-over, but in this game, it counts. You play it off the net. The only thing you can't play it off of is the red antenna, and that overpass sends it right back. So Gallatin, Casey Perryman handling things with that put away. The consecutive point string is now 10 for the Panthers. It's an 11-2 Panther lead. That's a knuckle serve. That one's hard to return. And the overpass almost hammered through the net by the Panthers. Just wide from Madison Stromberg, the junior outside hitter number 15 for the Panthers. And that breaks the string of 10 points the Panthers had strung together. But the lead is still substantial at 11-3. And this will be Jen Trump, number 11, the senior for the Colonials, doing the serving. Susan McLean and out from the back row. Rachel Jones hits it about 3 feet long. Had a good look at it. Just sent it a shade long. Jen Trump once again, that's a knuckle serve that time. Alex Corey dug it off the floor. And Susan McLean from the back row, not enough on it. And now the Colonials having put 3 points in a row together. Nice little string there. Jen Trump again, spinning serve handled out of there by Madison Stromberg. And Madison gets the ball right back in with power. Madison Stromberg wallops it off the left wrist rather. Of Albert Gallatin, and then the Panthers get the side out. Point and the serve right back. This will be Casey Perryman. Number 12, the junior, already 2 aces in her hip pocket tonight. Top spin serve goes just long, but here, I've said it before, you really want those serves to head for the back line. The defense does not know what to do with them, and if they should land just inside the back line, that's an ace. But in this case, it's a side out, and serve for the Colonial, Sarah Farrow, number 2. In the back row, Alex Corey. Can they get it back? Jen Trump, and nope, it gets to the ceiling. That's a BO4 hit. Alex Corey from the back row with power. Now they're trading points a little bit. 13-6. It's a 7-point Panther lead with Rachel Broadland, the junior, number 22, with that serve. And that one is in. Well, Sarah Farrow, the libero for the Colonials, probably shouldn't have let that one go, but we shall certainly take it. Rachel Broadland with her first ace of the night. And that's 14 aces so far for the Panthers. The serving is working substitution for the Colonials. Number 7 is on the floor. That is Barry Monroe. She's a senior. That's number 7. Short set, and that goes right into the Emily Muller block. Well dug out nicely by the Colonials. Unfortunately, it was a really nice play. But Gabby Plickton, number 1, the senior, had her entire leg, it seemed, under the net, and that is a violation. That one heads back to the Panthers. And it's a 9-point lead at 15-6. Rachel Broadland again with the serve from the back row. Oh, some confusion on the Colonial side. Yeah. I got it. You take it. Marissa Wallace and Sarah Farrow couldn't decide who's going to hit that one back over. And that is a Panther point. And the lead is back to 10 at 16-6. Gorgeous serve again. Well played by the Colonials. Thought that one was down for an ace. Emily Muller with a slicing attack. And that's the old slide play where the middle hitter slides around behind the setter to her right and has a slicing attack. Emily Muller, 4 kills tonight for her. I think they call that the 9 play. Worked just like the coach drew it up. I'm surprised they don't use it more. Barry Monroe getting the ball back in play. Alex Corey, the senior. Susan McLean, and dug out of there again by the Colonials. Susan McLean again, this time to tip, it just plain called out. Nobody touched it. Madison Stromberg had it with power, had hoped it would have nicked the Colonial finger. It did not, and it's out of bounds. Side out end, point to Albert Gallatin. Gabby Plickta, senior number 1 with that serve. Rachel Jones to Susan McLean. Short set to Emily Muller, and called in. Emily Muller, 5 kills tonight for Emily to lead all Panthers, or Pantherettes. Nah, we'll stick with Panthers. And 11 points is the largest lead of the night in any game so far for the Panthers. 18-7 in very good shape. This is game number 2, this best-of-5 match. And Madison Stromberg lofted that one about 12 feet long, substantially behind the back line. Side out. And point for Colonials. Marissa Wallace, number 13, the sophomore with the serve. And that one goes out of bounds. What the serving gods giveth, they taketh away. And the exchange of service errors gives it right back to Rachel Jones wearing the libero jersey. Just gets over the net, just drools over the net. The nice block by, and with power off the block, off the tip. Well done, and from the back row, that's Madison Stromberg, but that comes up short. Nice little sequence for the Panthers, a nice block and dig off the floor, but that one came up short. Side out and point to the Colonials. Sam Matlick, the outside hitter. Just lofting the ball over. Madison Stromberg gets it to Susan McLean. To Casey Perriman on the left side. The slicing attack finds pay dirt. Casey Perriman. 3 kills tonight for Casey. Side out point Panthers. That lead is back to 11 at 20-9. Oh, I missed a substitution. Krista Gailey, the sophomore number 4, was on the floor. I apologize, Krista. I missed the substitution. She's back out. Rachel Broadland, the junior number 22, back on for the Panthers. And from the back row, that's a set to nobody. I'm sure Jen Trump thought Gabby Plickta was going to get it, and that sort of just fell on the floor unattended. 21-9, 12-point Panther lead. Susan McLean with the serve. Low driving serve, and that's out of bounds. Ace for Susan McLean, her 3rd of the night. That low driving serve fooled the Colonial. Substitution for Albert Gallatin. Michelle Kremposki, a junior number 5, on the floor for Albert Gallatin. Gabby Plickta, the junior, takes a seat. Susan McLean again, and another some confusion there. This time between Sam Matlick and Marissa Wallace. And the barrage of aces continues here. 2 in a row back-to-back by Susan McLean, and a 23-9 Panther lead. And the little dunk serve doesn't quite make it over. Susan thought she'd fool him. But it's a very effective serve, actually, when it does make it over the net. That one did not. Point and side out to Albert Gallatin, and number 15 is up for the serve. This is Rachel Farrell. Little back spin. Right side, Alex Corey off a tip and down. Alex Corey, 4 kills tonight, and that's a 24-10 Panther lead, and now they have basically 15 game points in hand. That serve right to the back row, very good, and still going backwards. Can they get it over? No, they do not. Up in the upper netting. You probably couldn't see that on TV, but it went into the upper netting, separating the 2 sides, and one more service ace, and that does it for the Panthers in game number 2. Panthers now with 2 games in hand, 2-0. We'll take a quick 3-minute break. It'll only be milliseconds for you. We'll be right back for game number 3. Stay with us, everybody. Well, thanks for staying with us, everybody. I am Kevin McGahey, Rico Camacho doing the videography tonight. I hope you didn't have barely enough time to get up and get anything in the fridge between games just now, but we're about to enter game number 3 of this best-of-5 match. This is the home opener. Girls 2008 volleyball with the Upper St. Clair Panthers girls volleyball team hosting the Colonials of Albert Gallatin High School. It's a first section match, first match overall of the year, and so far the Panthers have this one pretty well in hand. They won the first game, as you saw, 25-14, and the second game 25-10. It's a best-of-5 match, so if the Panthers win this one, everybody goes home happy and early. If not, we drag it out a little bit more. Susan McLean, number 1 with the Upper St. Clair serve. There's the set over to Alex Corey off a nice Albert Gallatin block, but out of bounds. Nicely blocked. First nice one we've seen out of the Colonials tonight. But the result is in our favor, and as in other two games already tonight, the Panthers draw first blood at 1-0. Susan McLean with yet another service ace, 5 on the night for Susan in 3 games. You don't see those very often at this level of competition, but the Panthers have had 17 aces served tonight. And it's 2-0 in here, game number 3. Susan McLean again to the back row, and that one just flat out fooled and handcuffed Sarah Farrow. Flies off her left wrist and out of bounds, and the Panthers have an early 3-0 lead here in game number 3. Susan McLean again, handled by Michelle Krempowski for Albert Gallatin. She's number 5. New face on the floor. I'll get to that in just a second. Jen Trump into the block by freshman Kelsey Mahenko. First action of the night, first block and a point. 2 freshmen on the floor now for the Panthers. Number 17, Kelsey Mahenko, and number 11, Rachel Hast. Both getting some playing time tonight. There's that tip net. If you could just do that every time, the defense wouldn't be able to handle it. Barry Monroe got the ball over for the Colonials. Susan McLean, she got kind of an odd set by Rachel Hast, who set it right back. Susan McLean seemed to be not ready for it. And after a 4-point run to open game number 3, it's now 4-1 Panthers with Rachel Farrow, the senior setter, serving for Albert Gallatin High School. Twisting serve, Susan McLean, short set, Alex Corey with a slicing attack, lands in. Alex Corey off the beautiful set, tied now for team lead in kills with Emily Muller. That's number 5 for Alex Corey. Side out and point for the Panthers, and Alex Corey, the senior, with that serve. 5-1 Panthers. Oh, somebody's got it. Yeah, there it is. Somebody came up with it, and Rachel Jones finally gets the ball over. Yeah, double hit call. They didn't exact. The upper official had to wait. I had to sit on that a minute. You're allowed to tip the ball and hit it back to back, but you're not allowed to block it. Anyway, you're not allowed to do what Rachel Hast just tried, and that serve is out. Long by Jen Trump. Service error sends a side out end point back to the Panthers with a 4-point lead at 6-2. It's game number 3. Kelsey Mahenko getting a chance to serve now. The freshman, her first action in the first varsity match. That one rolls over the net and out of bounds. Marissa Wallace, a sophomore, middle hitter for the Colonials, sends it outside the boundary, and it's Kelsey Mahenko once again. And that is a service ace for Kelsey Mahenko. More confusion in the back row for Albert Gallatin, and it's a 6-point Panther lead at 8-2. The largest lead this early in a game they've had so far tonight. Kelsey once again with the serve. And that one goes about 12 feet long. Kelsey had a pretty good run going. She substitutes out. You saw that. You might have seen that substitution. Rachel Jones now back on the floor for Kelsey Mahenko, rather. Barry Monroe with his Albert Gallatin serve. Slicing attack, but lands out. Good look at it, but lands about 4 feet outside the boundary, and that is right back to Albert Gallatin, trailing by 4. Panthers lead 8-4. Susan McLean to the back. Alex Corey shoving the ball over the net. Susan McLean, Emily Muller way up high over that 7'8" net. And Emily Muller, 6 kills tonight off the gorgeous Susan McLean set. 5-point Panther lead, and now Rachel Hast, freshman, number 11, gets her first serve opportunity as a varsity player. Comes up a bit short. She needs to get in the weight room. Everybody else needs to seem to get out of it. But it's a 9-5 Panther lead. Gabby Plickta, the senior setter for the Colonials, with the serve, trailing 9-5. Emily Muller stretching up way high again. When it comes to height, she's got everybody beat. She plays basketball too. Panthers, of course, coming off a very successful season last year, the best season ever. Co-section champs in Whoopio, and they made it to the state playoffs, lost in the first round, but it's the first time they had done that in many, many, many moons. Alex Corey shoving the ball over the net. Come back. Jen Trump bringing it back. Lauren Williams on the floor. Short set to Emily Muller. Didn't get up high enough to get some power on that one. Comes right back and fine. And that was Marissa Wallace, the sophomore middle hitter for the Colonials, finding an open spot over to Rachel Jones left, and it's a side out and point for Albert Gallatin. Sarah Farrell, the junior libero, with the serve. Rachel Jones bringing it back up front. Alex Corey up high, but right in the hands of Barry Monroe. Lauren Williams. And back to the left side, Alex Corey into the net that time. Not quite enough on it. Colonials back within 3. It's 10-7. Sarah Farrow still with the Colonial serve. Rachel Jones. Alex Corey again gets a shot. That time it goes off the hands of Barry Moore. Alex Corey, 6 kills tonight, trailing only Emily Muller, who has 7. Side out, point Panthers. Substitution, Emily Muller goes out. Kelsey Mahenko comes in, number 17. Rachel Jones with the nice topspin serve. Overpass into the net. I call that a service ace. That's Rachel Jones' first of the night. She served it over. It did not come back. 5-point Panther lead, 12-7. It's game number 3. And there is ace number 2 for Rachel Jones. Off the hands of Michelle Krempowski, the Colonial junior. Rachel Jones one more time. She scoots toward the crowd. Now you can serve from anywhere behind that line. Short little serve did not fool the Colonials, but that overpass did. Rachel Jones. That's 3 aces in a row for her. The three players, Alex Corey, Susan McLean, and Rachel Jones, have now put together strings of aces that you don't normally see at this game. And there's 4 in a row for Rachel Jones. This time they were expecting the short one, and it came in low and hard. Off the hands of Michelle Krempowski. She takes a seat on the bench. It's an 8-point Panther lead, and Rachel Jones still serving. Top spin, and there it is again. My goodness. 5 straight aces for Rachel Jones. And the back row not doing the Colonials any favors tonight. Low and hard again, but this time Barry Monroe gets it back, and the Panthers, do they make it? They do get dug it out of. They had to just scrape that one off the floor, and it ends up being a Kelsey Mahenko block for a point. Very nice sequence by the Panthers to keep that ball in play that everybody in the building thought was headed to the floor. And Rachel Jones continues with that serve, low spinning serve off Barry Monroe's hands for yet another ace-6 for Rachel Jones. Substitution, a new face on the floor for the Colonials. This is Christy Morris, number 9, a junior. She'll come in, and Jen Trump, the senior middle hitter, will take a break. 18-7, 11-point Panther lead. Rachel Jones still with that serve. A high, hard one. That had to be a knuckleball because Sarah Farrell for the Colonials just got a facial out of that one, and it's 7 aces for the Panther. I can't remember having seen anything like it either. The coach Yoko Nagao is doing a great job at teaching serving here, and they're putting some stealth material on that because that ball is coming across invisible to the Albert Gallatin back line. 7 aces tonight for Alex Corey, number 16, the senior. 7 for Rachel Jones, the number 2, the sophomore. 6 for Susan McLean, the junior setter. It's a string like I've never seen before. That kind of makes up for what the number of kills the Panthers have had has not been great, but they haven't had that many opportunities. 7 for Emily Muller, 6 for Alex Corey. Number 15, Madison Stromberg has 3. Number 12, Casey Perryman, the junior, has 3. Susan McLean, 2. Catherine Davin, 1. Rachel Broadland, 1. Rachel Jones still with that serve at 19-7. This time it just barely eases itself over the net. Comes right back. Rachel Jones again to Susan McLean. Kelsey Mahenko just tapping the ball over the net. Nothing fancy about it. Left side set Alex Corey this time off the face of. Nice effort by the Colonials, but not Gabby Plichter had first crack at it. She did not keep it. elevated enough to do any damage, and that is another point for the Panthers now in very, very good territory at 20-7. Only 5 points to go, and this match will be history. There's a nice recovery by Christy Morris. She's the junior number 9 who just entered the match a few minutes ago. Gets her first. She gets in the scorebook. Another new face for Albert Gallatin. Number 8, Gabby Calloway, is a senior. She'll get her first action of the night. And Barry Monroe, number 7, takes a break. Sam Maddock, the senior outside hitter, with the serve for Albert Gallatin. And Rachel Jones, rather, with a brilliant dig, but Madison Stromberg hit it way long. Nicely dug out of there by Rachel Jones to keep that ball in play, but not enough for the Panthers. The balloon ball coming across the net that time, and Alex Corey off the net and down. Alex Corey now takes over the kill lead for the night with 8. And the Panthers at 21-9, needing only 4 points to finish this thing off. Rachel Haas, the freshman number 11, back in the floor. The Panthers right now playing 2 freshmen, 1 sophomore, 2 juniors, and a senior. Rachel Jones. Well, there was some confusion with that. Yeah, the set by Susan McLean actually went over the net. I know she didn't intend that, but that brought that point on, and it's 21-10 side out and point to Albert Gallatin. Rachel Farrow with the Gallatin serve. Susan McLean left side to right, over the top. Rachel Haas gets her first kill of the night. A nice soft tap right over the front line. Nobody covering in the back. And the Panthers now needing 3 to win. Senior Alex Corey with the serve. A floater, no spin on that ball at all. Susan McLean with a dig. And a hit. Well, we'll give Susan McLean credit for that dig, but that hit left a little to be desired from the back row. Panthers still with a pretty good cushion here, having doubled up the Colonials at 22-11. And it's Christy Morris, junior, with the serve, and that one's way out of bounds. No, not out of bounds. It never really made it out of bounds. It didn't make it across the net. Panthers now within 2 points of their first section victory of the season. Kelsey Mahenko with the serve, a raving top spin. That's where you want it. Top spin serve on the back line. Kelsey Mahenko, her second ace of the night, and now the Panthers have something like 15 match points in hand. Kelsey Mahenko once again with that top spin serve, and the Panthers, as they should have, finish out the match with an ace from Kelsey Mahenko, and the Upper St. Clair Panthers opened the 2008 campaign victorious against Section Full Albert Gallatin High School by scores of 25-14, 25-10, 25-11. That's 3 games to nothing. We'll see Albert Gallatin down at their place in a couple of weeks. Meantime, everybody, so the Panthers open up the season 1-0 with the next match coming right here, next home match rather, coming right here next week, next Tuesday night. We're glad you were with us tonight. My name's Kevin McGahey. I'll try to be with you all season long. Rico Camacho has been my cameraman all night long. Thanks a lot for the help and been playing the videographer for tonight's contest. Thanks for being with us, everybody, and good night.